If you're building a digital business with global ambitions, where you base your business still matters, even if your team is fully remote. Two powerhouses dominate the map, Hong Kong and Singapore. Both are world-class business hubs, boasting elite infrastructure, global reach, and of course, streamlined bureaucracy. Current developments confirm that they are optimized for very different kinds of businesses. The choice is now sharper than ever. Let's start with Hong Kong, the global tax-efficient launchpad and China gateway. Hong Kong is far more than a banking center these days. It's a sleek, modern launchpad favored by digital founders who prioritize lean scale, fast funding, and maximum legal tax optimization. Recent strategic moves underscore its position as a unique connector to mainland China and a pure capital center. The tax proposition is that there's unmatched simplicity for offshore income. Hong Kong's primary enduring advantage is its territorial taxation principle. If your business earns income outside of the territory, it is legally tax exempt, offering a potential 0% corporate tax income rate for businesses with entirely offshore revenue streams. This remains the most straightforward path to tax-efficient global income. For locally sourced income, the two-tiered profit tax system still keeps taxes low, starting at 8.25% for the first 2 million Hong Kong dollars. Critically, Hong Kong still imposes no capital gains tax, no dividend, no VAT or sales tax, still making it highly appealing for pure trading companies. Recent developments? Well, while large multinational enterprises with annual revenue of 270 million euros or more will still face the 15% global minimum Pillar 2 tax starting in 2025, Hong Kong has simultaneously introduced targeted tax concessions and an inward company redomiciliation regime to reinforce its competitiveness and still draws businesses from overseas. This confirms its commitment to attracting diverse and global enterprises. Of course, the ecosystem, capital flows and renewed investor focus. Hong Kong is a magnet for global capital. Its common law legal system provides a trusted foundation for international contracts and intellectual property protection. Again, recent developments. To solidify its finance hub status, Hong Kong has relaunched and enhanced the new capital investment entrance scheme, and this requires amendment of 30 million Hong Kong USD in assets. This scheme is designed to attract high net worth individual and business elites, and is showing strong initial interest, signaling renewed confidence in Hong Kong as a base for private wealth management. Furthermore, the city is actively strengthening its role as a key connector between mainland China and international markets, prioritizing e-commerce, express programs, and support for logistics and maritime sectors. Hong Kong is best for maximizing tax efficiency for borderless digital businesses with entirely offshore revenue. Purely holding and trading companies that prioritize low or even zero tax on capital gains, dividend, and sales, businesses that require fast, direct access to mainland China's vast markets and capital sources. That versus Singapore. Singapore is the innovation sandbox and regulatory gold standard worldwide. Singapore has built a reputation as Asia's most forward-thinking regulatory hub, moving beyond a general low-tax environment to become a jurisdiction that actively spurs and protects innovation, particularly in tightly regulated sectors like fintech and Web3 crypto. The regulatory proposition is that it has clear rules for the future economy. The Monetary Authority of Singapore has distinguished the city-state by offering crystal clear compliance and of course active support for emerging sectors. Recent developments in here. Singapore's commitment to being an innovation sandbox is more concrete than ever. New regulations are rolling out in 2025 for single currency stablecoins, demanding backing by liquid reserves and a minimum of 1 million Singapore dollars in capital, providing a framework for both secure and mainstream adoption. This enhanced consumer protection is also mandatory for digital payment tokens, including the segregation of customer assets in trust accounts. For fintech founders, Singapore provides the certainty needed to build in volatile or complex fields. Some substance propositions. The need for real activity in here. Because Singapore is a low-tax jurisdiction and not a passive tax haven, its competitive corporate tax rate of 17% with generous startup exemption come with a core requirement, economic substance. Recent developments in here is that the need to demonstrate substance is becoming more and more an important consideration. Singapore's tax law, specifically Section 10L in case you would like to look it up, now subjects foreign source disposal gains to tax when received in Singapore unless the receiving entity can prove sufficient local economic substance. This means establishing a genuine operational presence, hiring local staff, having key decisions for the business made locally, and of course ensuring core income generation activities occur in Singapore itself. For non-international businesses, this substance required is required to maintain favorable tax treatment in Singapore and also keeping your bank accounts. And Singapore also introduced an additional tax deduction of 100% for payments made by companies under approved cost-sharing agreements for innovation activities directly incentivizing R&D and IP development rooted in the country. Singapore is really the best jurisdiction for regulated innovation in sectors like fintech, Web3 and biotech that require clear forward-looking regulatory pathways. So founders seeking government-backed support and tax incentives for R&D and local hiring, Singapore is your best bet. Business planning to build a physical substance regional headquarters, and of course leveraging connectivity to the Asian market. So the strategic choice of capital versus compliance. Both cities remain world-class, yet the strategic decision hinges on your business model. Choose Hong Kong if you are building an internationally scaling business that needs a simple, ultra-low tax structure, prioritized unfettered access to capital, and whose operations are inherently borderless, is really the premier base for maximizing tax efficiency on offshore income. Choose Singapore, on the other hand, if you're building a product in a regulated industry, need regulatory certainty and stability for complex compliance, and are prepared to establish a genuine substance, operational presence to secure long-term innovation, support, and regional connectivity. As an entrepreneur, you don't just choose your product, you also choose your playing field. Pick one that amplifies your strengths and protects your vision to fuel your momentum.